Let's get more reaction now. And joining us is Massachusetts Democratic Senator Ed Markey. Senator, thanks so much for joining us. You just heard Senator Warner and how he's reacting to this pick of Bill Pulte for acting DNI. But it's not just Democrats expressing concern. Republican Senator John Cornyn just told MS Now that he says that there's no evidence Pulte has qualifications for this role. What are your thoughts?
Well, obviously, this is going to create a national security crisis in our country. Donald Trump has declared an illegal, unconstitutional war against Iran. It is going on and on and on. We're seeing skyrocketing costs all across our country. Gas prices are up, food prices are up, housing costs are up. And now the president names someone who is responsible for housing, for mortgages, and puts them in charge of our national security. You might as well be putting a mortgage on our national security because this guy is completely unqualified. It is a reckless appointment that is going to ultimately endanger the security of every single American family. This president just wants yes men. He wants people who are not going to be questioning his reckless decisions. And ultimately, the price is going to be paid by Americans where they live, because it's going to continue to ripple right through their lives at their kitchen table and in the security of American armed forces that are deployed overseas.
Are there any concerns about whether this appointment could have any impact on the elections this fall? I'm thinking about DNI Gabbard showing up in Fulton County earlier this year.
This is, without question, a further continuation of the Trump administration goals to put yes men, lackeys in place who will further the goal that was begun to compromise the elections in Atlanta, in Georgia, in states around the country. That's why he wants $70 billion more for ICE. It is so he can put ICE agents on the streets of our country for this October and November elections. And he needs someone like this guy who is completely unqualified to sign off on those kinds of intrusions into the electoral process in our country. And that's why he wants the $1.8 billion slush fund. It's to pay off the people who were trying to compromise the election of 2020, the insurrectionists, the Proud Boys, the latter-day KKK that would be part of that Cash for Criminals program, which is the $1.8 billion program that we're going to ensure that every Republican is put on record and not allow themselves to be put in a witness protection program. And we're going to do the same thing with this new nominee for national intelligence. We're going to make sure that every single Republican in the Senate own this nominee.
Speaking of that anti-weaponization fund, you called it an impeachable offense, the creation of this fund. Now the DOJ has put the fund on hold, they say. Are you and your colleagues taking a victory lap?
No, there's no victory lap here because Donald Trump will never stop until he gets paid or his cronies get paid, his family gets paid, his corporations get paid, the Proud Boys, the insurrectionists, the latter-day KKK get paid for what they have done for him over the first 2.5 years of this administration. So he's not going away. And by the way, in addition, this agreement allows him and his family members and his cronies to escape any IRS tax audits. And that as well is a complete and total compromise of the United States Constitution, the accountability, and that is an impeachable offense. He is doing now in public which Richard Nixon only was trying to pull off in private. That was impeachable. What Trump is doing is impeachable, and we're going to keep the pressure up on these Republicans so they own that impeachable offense.
I also want to ask you about embattled Maine Senate candidate Graham Plattner. Two sources tell MS Now he is in D.C. today to meet with Senate Democrats. It comes amid this new controversy, the reports that he sent sexually explicit messages to multiple women while he was married, and he's still married. Are you planning to meet with him today, and do you support his campaign at this point?
Yeah, I don't have any plans today, but I do know that he is campaigning on healthcare costs, on food costs, on gasoline costs, on the impact that Trump economic policies are having upon the lives of people who live in Maine. And that is the issue which American voters, Maine voters, are going to want to have the focus on for the rest of this year. And he is putting those issues front and center for the voters to see every single day.
Senator Ed Markey, thank you very much for taking the time with us. We appreciate it and hope you come back and join us again soon.
Of course. Thank you.